What's good, superstars? Back with another VV video. You got Superstar Joe. You got the Superstar fam. How's it going, fam? Say hello to my little friend. Guys, if you don't know, Jimbo Lingo took care of business. Not only is he sending me amazing Spidey goggles, he also sent us or gave us this in person at Decon. It is now pretty much worth $1 bajillion because this logo no longer is the active VV logo. It's a OG logo. So now we just got to get the new one, put it right here. I'm going to have both of them next to each other. But Superstar Money colors, if you didn't notice. And also, it is numbered number 2 of 10. Like, can you believe that? Number 2 of 10. So very, very prized possession by the Superstar Money team. And it stays right next to the computer every single stream. So shout out to Jimbo Lingo. And if you haven't already, if you're new here, don't forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification. You know whenever we post. Or when we go live. I went live yesterday, did some price prediction video with you guys, kind of spurred this video because we wanted to see what would happen. We wanted to see, there was 2 ways that this drop could have went, and it went one way over the other. And obviously you're seeing the title. You can also become a superstar VIP, $2.99 a month. Hit the join button underneath the video. You get a star next to your name over here. You can level up your badge. That's a really fun part. Gamification. Okay, we got gamification. Then access to our drop spreadsheets, price prediction sheets, any other spreadsheets that we come up with. You're going to get access first. Also, first dibs on merch whenever we come out with new stuff like that. We got new things in the works. It's been in the works. Hashtag soon. Been trying to get it out as soon as possible, but it's not necessarily merch, but you guys will see. Also, star in the universe end of every single month. Shout out to Jung Park. You're getting your star paperwork this week. So I wanted to say congrats because he's the newest member in the Superstar Constellation. If you want to follow us, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. Those are the tags over there. Also, Discord link is in the description. That is where I get a bunch of video ideas. I like to communicate with you guys. Rob's in there all the time as well. We're just talking VV, and whenever we got questions, we go there first. Also, P.O. Box, if you want to send us something, become a Superstar Hall of Famer. Guys, it is not going to be the craziest long intro today. I know that we shill at the beginning a little bit, but not the longest intro because I know there's a lot of people who look forward to that, but not much going on. I mean, we had the Black Panther drop today. I actually was at Costco. If you watched the price prediction video yesterday, I wasn't really like too crazy about the drop. I think it's doing close to what I expected it to do. Obviously, the numbers that we did on the drop, if you watch the video, a little bit off, but not crazy. I mean, we mentioned that we thought they might be a little bit higher than what we predicted. And I think we're sitting there now. We also, as time passes, I think you might get closer to those predictions. But anyway, we're going to talk about it because there's a little bit of stuff I want to say. Shout out to Ed. He did this crazy cool video with the new VV logo. He's got all the collectibles in there, just jumping around. Heart. He has even Pikachu coming in, and it's like, oh no, I gotta go back in. He pulled him back in. So very, very fun. I love Ed. Keep following Ed because his stuff is fantastic, and he always loves Franken. He's making me want to get a Frankenfat just so I can be Ed. All right, so I'm gonna probably be doing that. Hashtag soon. Then I wrote this before the drop today. Not much interaction. Did a live price prediction with the fam last night. Was surprised with the result. Drop your Fantastic 452 FA Black Panther comic predictions below. So I'll click that, and we'll come back to this. Because first, I want to show you guys, I had the merge. The merge happened. Superstar Money is now merged with Superstar Money Joe. Rob has his other side account that he's going to be merging with his own account. He wanted to see if it worked first. So I want to let you guys know that it did work. And I can show you guys what I got. So you can just track down my wallet and all that stuff. So this was today's drop. I ended up going in the secondary, picking up a nice little medium-low mint number. I like to do that on the comics that are half decent or that I like. So I picked that one up. I didn't pick up 2. Normally I pick up 2. Price wasn't where I wanted it. I guess not that it wasn't. Actually, they're pretty low, but I mean, considering what we did yesterday, I wanted to kind of stay true to that, and I think that maybe we'll see something closer there eventually. Avengers number 8. I had a rare in there. I didn't even remember what was in that account, but I had a rare Avengers 8. I had a Journey into Mystery 85 rare. So I guess I was playing the MCP game back then on Superstar Money account. I don't know. I must have had gems in this account, not the other account, and I pulled them. and I have an uncommon Fantastic Four or 5. So I have pretty decent books. Like they're pretty good books. And then this one here, Spider-Woman, there's a story behind this. This was gifted during the transfer periods when you're allowed to transfer by Nick Crypto Monkey. I haven't seen him around too much, but hopefully everything's good with Nick Crypto Monkey. But yeah, he gifted this to me when we had our daughter, and it was a gift. And it will never be traded, never be transferred. It will always remain. And this is part of the reason why I needed to merge the account, because I have some personal items in here. You can see I went hard. I picked up a Sirena the other day. I don't know. I just want to have some of this. I think it's a season 1. I think that's why I went for that one. And it was like really, really cheap. So I'm like, yeah, let's pick it up. Fastos. I already had one on this account, but you guys know there is a Fastos number 6909, which was the one that we listed way back when. So I'm probably going to list that live right here in front of you. This one here, another gift. So this was also for having the baby, and this was from Rob Stuff. And Rob Stuff has no clue, but when I had the baby, when we first had the baby, and we were staying up all night with because they can't stay asleep for so long. So me and my wife were doing shifts, and on my shift, I was watching Rob Stuff streams every single day, and it was getting me through it. So shout out to you, Rob. Still got the holiday Groot, and that will be going to the daughter once she figures it out and she's 18 and she can make her own account, and we can figure out a way to get it transferred over there. But yeah, that is not going anywhere either. Always remember, it came from you, Rob. This was landed on a drop. So during that Batman drop, it was beneficial to have the 2 accounts because you can only go for one. This is the Series 6, I believe. Series 6, Series 5, Series 6 or 5, I can't remember. But you can only go for which one you wanted. So I went for the ultra rare on one account, and I went for, and then I ended up getting all of them on the drop, but they were mixed in my account, so I never got the set completion, which was kind of a bummer because they ended up doing that drop or whitelist or whatever. But it is what it is because it ended up being number 70. I figured I might as well hold on to it. It wasn't. I think at a time I could have sold it for like 200 gems. I don't know what it'll be now, but I'm gonna hold on to him for a bit. It reminds me of Superstar Money's old account. But speaking of which, let us list number 6909 Fasto so you guys can find us in the market. So 9999999. You guys can go find him, and then if you do find him and you follow us, if you go to our profile, you might find Rob. Me and him follow each other. So Superstar Money Rob, Superstar Money Joe, and then you can follow us, and we'll follow you back whenever we get to it. So that's the first thing I wanted to show you guys. The merge works. Hashtag merge. So good on you, Veve. 0 hiccups. I actually really liked that I had a reminder every single 8 hours or something like that. They were giving me an email reminder like, yo, we're going to merge. It's going to happen. Merge is happening. I actually got personalized emails. Like my first email was like, merge is going to happen in 36 hours. Hashtag soon. And then the next email came through and it was like, merge is going to happen in 18 hours. Hashtag soon. And then like right before the merge, it was like merge is going to happen in like 6 hours. Hashtag soon. And it just like, they knew that that's how I interpret time in my head. So I was very glad to see that happen. Lots of reminders, so no excuses. And I think that's what they're trying to do here. They're trying to eliminate the excuses of people who merge by accident. I don't even know how you can do that. But anyway, you got to like go through KYC again pretty much when you're doing this merge. It asked me to look at my face, make sure I'm the right guy. So really happy with how the merge went. So, I mean, if it did take a little bit longer because they had to make sure that all this stuff worked smooth, it did work smooth. If there was problems, I think you might have had a little bit more angry people, but because they waited and it still doesn't work. So glad to see that the waiting is paying off and we're getting that. All right. So let's go into the predictions that we had yesterday. If you didn't watch the video, here's a spoiler. We ended up coming up with 16 on the common, 10 on the uncommon, 16 on the rare, 50 on the ultra rare, and 400 on the secret rare. So we are low. We're low. And I mentioned it when we came up with these numbers. I said, I think we're low. I could have seen the common around box. Uncommon, I thought might go below list a little bit. Rare, I thought would be closer to the common than it is. Ultra rare, I mean, I was happy with the 50 on the ultra rare and 400 on the secret rare. And we are low. We're low on this stuff. Who knows where it's going to be in a week or two. But this was based off of a bunch of calculations that we did. We did it based off of the Thor and Black Panther collectibles and how they did. We included some time decay because Black Panther collectible came out first. We also included Decay because Thor looks ugly compared to Black Panther. So you need to take down Thor's value a little bit there too. And then we compared the IRL of the most expensive books in the comic books in real life, and Journey into Mystery 83 and Fantastic Four 52, which is the one we just got. And that was about 6x. They're saying Thor's comic is about 6x the value in the most rarest form that's available or that's made a sale. So 6x. I compared the books on Veve with the prices that they were going for, and they were over here. Sorry, that's the collectible. So we did the same thing with the comic, and it did not. I'll show you. I'm going to physically show you. So this is the most rarest or most expensive book sold for Journey into Mystery 83, which is first appearance Thor. We have this on the app, 430,000. Okay, so that is the highest sale, and it's in 2022, and it's Heritage Auctions, which is where you go if you want to sell something really expensive, especially comic books. So 430,000, and this book that we just got, that was a 9.6 or 9.4, by the way. So the most expensive is a 9.4, and that's because there are only 11 available. Okay, so there's one 9.6 apparently, but it never sold yet, so nobody's bought it. But a 9.4 has sold for 430,000 within the calendar year. So that's a big number, and that's a 9.4, and there's 11 in existence. All right. I know a lot of people saying that the population number for Black Panther is higher. That's why the price is lower. But when you look at what sold for the Black Panther, there 9.8 sold for, and we're going to give it the benefit of the doubt, 83,000 in 2016. And then the last sale is 2017. This is 9.8. Okay. This is not 9.4. This is 9.8. So if we go to 9.8, there's only 6. So I'm comparing a more scarce item, only 6 9.8s sold, and there's 11 available for Thor 9.4. And the Thor is just destroying the Black Panther comic, obviously older comic book. And it's just go like if you can sustain, it's almost like the books, if you can sustain the book for a longer period of time, it's worth more. It makes sense, right? But what happened today is a little bit different. So if we go and we look at the Journey into Mystery, we're sitting at 60 gems on the common. So by this math, you're at 430 versus 8. Even if we take the highest value, which is the 83, you're more than 4x, right? So this should be if it's 60, then you got to do 60 divided by 4 to be in the ballpark, right? Which is like 15. So we should have been around 15. We actually predicted 16 yesterday, and we're seeing numbers of 25. It actually got as low as 23, but we are higher. So why is this? If we know that Thor comic is much more anticipated, and also you got to remember it's a 9.4 versus a 9.8. There's 11 of them, and there's only 6 of the Black Panther. Why is it not tied to the real world value? And this is not the first example. There are lots of times that we see this. Real world value on Veve is not always make or break, and does not always affect the price. And this is something that we've been finding out as we go here. The ones that we find that we have the most difficulty predicting are the ones where we only can base it on real world value. And comics is usually one of those. Like, we don't really do comic book price predictions for the most part because they are difficult. Obviously, if it's something that is more sought after, we're going to do it like AF15, and we were pretty close there. And all these other ones, these are the ones that we'll do, but mostly we'll do collectibles, and then we'll try to find comparables because there's no real world value for a lot of this stuff. So we can kind of look at the way that the Veve ecosystem treats this stuff. This is an example. Now, I think we have to start to kind of look at the real world value, be like, okay, give it a little bit of a less tax or whatever, like a less of an effect on what's going on Veve, because it's not the sole way that this stuff gets priced. And this is a perfect example. I mean, we are like 50% higher than where we would be if we were to only look at real world value. So there's a couple other things that we can look at, and one of them I thought was a good one is the box office. Like, how popular are these characters? And obviously Black Panther, $700 million in the box office lifetime, and that movie is 2018. Opening was 200 million. If I were to scroll down here, Thor: Love and Thunder. This is a more recent movie. Did worse on opening day and is about half lifetime gross box office. So Black Panther, much more popular. Even a new movie, 2022. It did better in the box office opening day, and it's also better lifetime gross. And this came out like a couple months ago. It's already made more money. So I think Black Panther has a lot of recency bias built in. I think a lot of people are very connected and attached to that series of movies, and also the character. Obviously, Chadwick Boseman passing away also does not help. I mean, for Thor, but it helps for the Black Panther because now you're never going to see that actor again, and obviously they're writing it into the script. So I think that will be helping the comic book, and even like we haven't seen the Black Panther book sell. If you go here, you haven't seen it sell since 2017. Maybe that's because people can't come to terms with the pricing because they're like, you know what, like this character kind of non-existent anymore, so maybe it should be worth more. And then there's people not willing to pony up the money yet. So when you do see a sale there, even if you get it in a couple hundred thousands, I still think you got to give Thor the edge. As an older book. I don't know. It's crazy, but I think Veve has its own ecosystem. And another one that proved that was Boba Fett, right? So we had the Boba Fett drop. This was actually one that I said I wasn't going for the drop. I knew that in my head, I knew that it wasn't going to be tied to, and this is for collectibles. Like I'm a lot more confident with collectible pricing and that stuff. It's just they put it out at the same mints as Vader. I didn't think that we had the diehard Star Wars fans on the app as many as they needed to get to this. Like obviously you need to have diehard Star Wars fans, and then they need to be also collectors and also be aware of the Boba Fett, the way that it sells in real life. So you can see Boba Fett, the prototype sells for 236,000, right? And then we have our Boba Fett selling for 100, the most rare $100, right? So, I mean, if these users do come into the Veve, this is going to be something that will be very undervalued at this point. But will they come into Veve? We know that we had the lightsabers being sold. That was something that was a little bit different. It was like maybe one of the more unique collectibles, and it took a while to sell out. And I know there was bets and stuff. Ours are going to sell out the same day. Real world value is good to use as a reference, but I think the point of this video is that it cannot be the only thing you look at. Boba Fett, you have to look at who is using the app. How many people are here? Like everybody here was not Star Wars fans, and not everybody here knew about the Boba Fett collectibles selling for such high prices. I mean, I didn't know. I had to watch my collectibles. I had to watch Rob Stuff. I had to watch Dino. I had to watch all those guys and listen and learn. So that's another way that you can help your own price predictions is listen to the community, educating yourself based on, because you're going to learn a lot by all these other guys doing all these videos. Everybody might find a new piece of information. At the time we had Corey from VVN3. Now he's doing his own stuff. So like you're going to have all this, you're going to have a wealth of knowledge. You don't understand that you can use to your benefit. But I think what we saw here is that Black Panther at this time is more popular or has more popularity than is exuberated in his comic book versus Thor. So I think Thor is still a massive character and probably more popular character overall, just because of the history of the character's longer history. But I think Black Panther is something, as we saw with the box office, very, very popular, even more popular for current fandoms. So I think it's cool, and I think that's something we got to talk about so that people aren't just like only looking at real world value. You got to make sure you check out everything else. What do you guys think? Am I going crazy? Is real world value all that matters when it comes to the comic collectibles? Do you think that there are other factors? Like what other factors do you value? How would you go about pricing comic books on Veve with the price prediction? I want to hear from you guys. How do you do it? I saw someone said a great comparison would have been to do ASM 300, because Venom and Black Panther kind of same level of fandom. A lot of people like them. Even current fandom of Venom, I can see it being the same way. It's just there's a lot of different ways that you can look at it. So I want to hear from you guys in the comments. What do you take into account the most when it comes to pricing or doing your own price predictions or deciding if you want to go for a drop? Do you look at real world value? Like, how much do you weight that? I still think it's very, very valuable to look at. And I think when you do get more people onto the app, it will become more important. I think right now, though, it's going to be, you got to read the sentiment. It's easier to read sentiment of the community than it is to take into account all real world factors, because you don't have everybody knowing all the information in the real world. As you get more people, that outnumbers the number of collectibles. You're going to have the smart ones who figure it out, and they're going to make sure that these things stay at the prices that they should be at least on the higher end, right? So I think that's how it'll play out. So let me know what you guys think. Also, if you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification, whenever we post. Become a superstar VIP. Get the spreadsheets, hats, Star Universe, all the good stuff, and whatever else we bring to that program. Guys, thank you so much for sticking with me and watching. We'll see you in the next one. I love you. Bye.